Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedom and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country. In the courtrooms of America, Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedom.
A Connecticut high school senior pushes back when school administrator says that you can't wear a T-shirt with a gun on it. I am Matt Staver, founder and chairman of Liberty Counsel. Joining me is Matt Barber, vice president of Liberty Counsel Action. Matt, a high school senior contacted Liberty Counsel. We've written 2 letters to the school authorities regarding this incident. He was told you can't wear a T-shirt that has the Second Amendment, and essentially says, I plead the Second, and it has a rifle on it, like an AR-15. Can't wear that, he was told, even though the school has allowed other kinds of shirts to be worn by other individuals, such as promoting the Wounded Warrior Project, featuring a small version of an AR-15 on it. That's okay. A rifle held by a soldier carrying his wounded compatriot. Everyone has seen that. We have the soldier. He's got an AR-15 slung over his shoulder, and he's carrying a wounded compatriot. It's Wounded Warrior Project. That was okay to wear, but this student couldn't wear something with an AR-15, and I plead the Second with the Second Amendment inscribed on it.
Yeah, I always love it when various constitutional amendments come together and cross paths. And here we have the First Amendment coming across the path of the Second Amendment. And this school administration is violating this student's constitutionally guaranteed First Amendment right to express his support for the Second Amendment. And that's all we're talking about here. But because apparently and ostensibly the administration does not like the viewpoint of this student and the message that he is portraying, he has been told that apparently his First Amendment rights no longer apply, and that he better not wear that shirt going forward.
Well, in fact, our letter to the school, our second letter to the school authorities on behalf of this young man, said that not only was the Wounded Warrior Project shirt with the soldier and the AR-15 or M4, or something of that nature, maybe it was an M16, permissible, but also the school actually approved, through an administrator, a shirt featuring the Revolutionary War soldier holding a flint rock musket. That was okay. And the other one was also approved, a World War I soldier holding a 1903 Springfield AR-15 or a Springfield bolt-action rifle. That was okay. But this young boy's was not. And asked why the difference. And one school administrator said, well, it's because the AR-15 on this young boy's shirt went from shoulder to shoulder. It was diagonal, goes from, or it was across from shoulder to shoulder. I guess it was bigger, was the idea. But what we have seen is we've been working with not only this young boy, and by the way, what he's doing in terms of pushing back is they're going to be having many of the other classmates come to school and now going to wear the same shirt as sort of a mass protest to this insanity censorship. What we see is the left pushing back on the inalienable right to self-defense, which is affirmed in the Second Amendment, that you cannot infringe on that right, meaning that the right pre-existed the Second Amendment, wasn't created by the Second Amendment, simply affirmed as a pre-existing unalienable right to defend your life. And that includes the right to keep and bear arms so that you can defend your life.
Yeah, and I find it instructive, too, that the left is willing to trample over the First Amendment to get to your Second Amendment right to bear arms and yank it away from you, thereby essentially trampling over both amendments of the Constitution. Look, the liberals need to understand that free speech means free speech, and free expression means free expression. These students have a right to wear these shirts, since and especially since similar such shirts with a different meaning and a different message have been allowed. And so we encourage kids. I encourage my children to respect authority, and I encourage my children to respect their elders. But this is an instance where this school administration is overstepping their constitutional bounds, and this is an opportunity for these kids, and they're taking advantage of this opportunity to engage in a political speech and let their grievances be known by staging this protest and wearing the shirt. And I say, hey, you know, they have a lot of moxie, and I'm proud of them for doing it.
Well, we have other situations that have come to Liberty Counsel's attention too. This young boy who was on a bus and who said in a conversation with another young boy that if he were at Sandy Hook, he wished he would have had a gun so he could have stopped what was happening. And the bus driver ultimately got word of it, and this young boy was suspended, originally for 10 days, and then the suspension was reduced to a day for using the word gun. So I guess, you know, if you used other gun words in context, it doesn't matter. He wasn't saying he wished he had a gun so he could shoot somebody or anything other than the fact that he wished he was able to stop it if he were there, that he would have a gun. You know, what's going on with these situations, as tragic as they are with Sandy Hook and some of these other shootings, is just an excuse by people to take away the rights of people that are protected under the Constitution. I was watching Piers Morgan recently on CNN, and he's very anti-gun, doesn't understand the constitutional protections of the Second Amendment or anything else for that matter under the Constitution with regards to our liberties. He was actually talking about the shootings in Chicago that were done by gang members on other gang members. And he admitted that Chicago had very strict gun rights.
Gun laws
that take away rights.
Right.
They have very strict gun regulations and laws there. But he says, you know, they're just not enforcing them. Well, you know, the problem is you take the guns away from the people who are law-abiding citizens, and what happens? They go into the hands of criminals like these gang members. They're going to get them one way or another. They'll be the ones that are armed and dangerous, and the law-abiding people will not be able to defend themselves.
Well, Piers Morgan and other liberals, the problem is that they operate and exist in a world that does not exist. It's a world of kind of a pseudo-utopia, and this is how we wish the world could be. But these are people who deny the fall of man and deny that there is such a thing as sin, and imagine that you know, as many such utopians in the past, humanists, you know, Stalinists, and others have done. That's just not reality. You know, we look back to Sandy Hook, for instance, and I was taken and just disgusted by how the president got up there on the stage and used the opportunity of the Sandy Hook Memorial Service to shamelessly exploit the death of those children to push his radical anti-Second Amendment political agenda, when my first reaction was not a political reaction. I mourned for the children. You mourned for the children. Most of America mourned for the children and didn't jump in a knee-jerk fashion and start politicizing it. But my thought was, oh, that one of the teachers who were trained with firearms, one of the PE coach or the principal was well armed and protected and was able to stop the bloodshed. There may still have been children that died, but if somebody had exercised their Second Amendment rights, and you know, as the old adage goes, if guns are outlawed, only outlaws will have guns, and it boggles the mind how and why the left is pushing that exact scenario, a scenario in which only the outlaws have guns. It makes no sense.
Well, it's time for us to go back to our constitutional liberties. The founders were right in not only drafting the Second Amendment, but the First Amendment as well. Those fundamental protections to freedom of speech and free exercise of religion, the right to peacefully assemble and petition our government, and also the right to keep and bear arms, which the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. You can ask for the Patriot's Handbook regarding our constitutional liberties on American liberty, the Patriot's Handbook on American Liberty. It's a book that we published through New Revolution Publishers. It has the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the speech of Patrick Henry, "Give me liberty or give me death," one that echoes through history and is even more appropriate now even than it was when Patrick Henry spoke it, and an essay from me, plus other material that you can get through our Patriot Handbook series. Go to Liberty Counsel's website, lc.org, and ask for the Patriots Handbook series or call 1-800-671-1776. You can also go to libertycounsel.com to sign petitions on a variety of subject matters. We put our petitions there on a regular basis. I would encourage you to go there periodically to find out what the issues are that you can make your voice known about in Washington, D.C. and other policy issues around the country. Again, that website is libertycounsel.com. You can go to our website to sign up for our Liberty Alert email and also our Grassroots Action email as well. And that, again, is lc.org. Remember Liberty Counsel in your prayers and your financial support. Our phone number is 800-671-1776.
You have been listening to Faith and Freedom with Liberty Counsel. We hope that we have motivated you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedom. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email updates. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.